So I hear you. He did want to rejoin him, but not for that reason. And when we talk about why Kyrie is waiting so long to expose LeBron or to say what he wants to say, I mean, there's other supporting evidence that backs it up as to why. So many people have a problem with LeBron James. So many people's careers and lives have been ruined as a result of running into LeBron and crossing hairs with him. And you don't want to cross wires with him in Clutch Sports and Rich Paul. You just don't. There's consequences for it. Big consequences. And Stephen A. Smith, he returned to Gil's Arena and he kind of alluded to some of the things that Kyrie Irving was saying. And I don't really pull too much content from Gil's Arena anymore, or from Stephen A. Smith as much. But I do think that, when he got up there talking about why he doesn't like LeBron James, he alluded to some of the things that Kyrie is also like inferring, but not willing to say. He's just not willing to say it. Right? And so Stephen A. Snitch goes back to Gil's Arena for, a fiery appearance. He talks about Kobe Bryant. He completely embarrasses himself on there by, literally giving some ridiculous reasons why LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant, saying things that were untrue, saying things that have no relevance to the discussion. But he also gets up there and talks about why he still hates LeBron James. And I want us to listen and watch together, and we'll react. I want to hear from you guys what you think as well. But I want to know specifically, what do you guys think that Stephen A. Snitch is telling us in between the lines? To me, that's really more important. But this video, this is the supporting evidence to what Kyrie Irving just said. And if you notice, it's just more and more people coming out about LeBron James, and he hasn't even retired yet. So what's going to happen when he does finally hang it up? But here's Stephen A. on Gil's Arena.
So when you were in the arena earlier this year, talked about a situation with you and Bron in regard to some comments you made about him and Bronny.
Yep.
You spoke at length about it.
Yep.
Bron went on Pat McAfee's show, also addressed the situation. But I got to know now, as it stands, what's the situation with you and LeBron, and what's the relationship like?
There's no situation. There's no relationship. He doesn't like me, and I don't like him.
Still, can we mediate? Can we increase the?
There's nobody that can mediate.
Okay.
It's okay. I would tell you that what I won't do is spend time the one thing that I would like to say is that I don't talk about him unless I'm asked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people say, well, why are you talking about him? Because I was asked.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I do for a living. So how the hell am I going to get away with saying no comment? That doesn't work coming from Stephen A. It might work coming from somebody else. That work coming from me. But I have no desire to talk about him at all. He is, in my mind, the second greatest player in the history of basketball, who is a 4-time champion, a 4-time league MVP, has been an incredible ambassador for the game of basketball. His respect has been earned, not given, and nobody can deny that. But that's the basketball player, not the man. And all I would say is people don't know the things that have happened behind the scenes, things that have been said, who they've been said to, the kind of things that have been engaged in an effort to hurt me, along with contemporaries and others. There's a lot of shit that I know that I don't say. And there's a reason that I feel the way that I do. And the last straw was him approaching me and turning the Bronny thing into something about me attacking somebody's family when it was him I was talking about, not Bronny. And then to go on the Pat McAfee show, which comes directly on after my show on the channel that I work on, to insult me. Now, people could get into all kind of components that come with it and all of that other stuff. I have nothing to say. I'm a professional. I represent ESPN. I now represent SiriusXM. But most importantly, I represent myself. And I'm never going to denigrate any employer, any partner, or myself by getting into anything excessively, unnecessarily. When it comes to him or anybody else, I'm going to do my job. I'm going to cover the game of basketball. But if I never, ever speak to him again in life, that will be okay. And I'm good with it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't, and I want to say, I'm not encouraging anybody else to feel that way about him. His peeps, other people that have a relationship with him, players, executives, coaches, all that stuff. This is me and him. I don't want to influence anybody else's opinion about him. But if we never speak again in life, me and him, I am perfectly fine with that. But I'm man enough where if he ever wanted to speak to me, I would. But it wouldn't be the most pleasant conversation, at least initially. And that's just where I stand with it, meaning no disrespect. But there's a lot of things that have happened that he don't know I know. And that was the final straw. So that's where I'm at with it. People could take whatever they want to or whatever, but I'm not playing. I'm dead serious. You know, it was a lot has happened. And those 2 moments was the last straw. And that's where I'm at.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's any skin off LeBron James' back that Stephen A. doesn't care to talk to him. But, you know, salute to Stephen A. Snitch for saying, hey, I'm standing on business. I don't like LeBron James. He doesn't like me. That's not going to change. It's because of the person that he is. It's not even just because of what he did. It's because of what I know about him. It's just that we have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, right? Us NBA fans, us, you know, regular people that wake up every day and just go to our 9 to 5, and we, you know, we're just trying to figure out different ways to make it. Stephen A knows and has access to information that we just don't, you know. And I think we can speculate all day, but the bottom line is there's something nefarious going on with LeBron James and Clutch Sports. And I don't believe that he's the best person. I don't believe that he's this wonderful human being, LeBron James. I don't know what kind of husband and father he is. I know it looks good. I know that him and Savannah look great together, but what I also know is that he's ruined plenty of lives in the NBA, of players. You know, look at Russell Westbrook. Take a look at Isaiah Thomas. Nobody even remembers him. He had a career and then instantly did not soon after playing alongside LeBron James. Multiple people. Lives have been just torpedoed as a result of playing alongside him. And it's just truly unfortunate. I mean, even take a look at Dwayne Wade. His legacy is just not being revered the way that it should be as a result of playing alongside LeBron James. So, you know, Stephen A. Smith, I think there is going to be some sort of expose. I just wonder if the machine around LeBron is just so afraid that he's going to retire, afraid for him to retire because there's going to be some sort of, you know, heinous allegations that come out. I think that when LeBron retires, only more and more things are going to be exposed about him. More and more people are going to come out because they're not afraid anymore to lose their job. I mean, I just think that Stephen A., I think other folks, they can't even call LeBron James out the way they want to, because it's almost like you're ruining Santa Claus, right? You know, when you were a kid and you believed in Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy, and then all of a sudden when you didn't, it was this huge disappointment. It's kind of like if an election was fixed, you know, the American public can't actually know something like that. Imagine what this would do to our country if something like that were actually, you know, proven to be a fact. So, you know, I think that if LeBron James were to be potentially exposed to PEDs, exposed about PEDs or PEDs use or some sort of, you know, other heinous allegation, I just think that it could potentially have this dark cloud over the NBA. And that's what people are so afraid of. I think that that's what members of the media are afraid of. I think that that's what high-ranking officials in the NBA are afraid of. And so I think that, you know, they're trying to push him out. They're doing everything they can do to push him out so that they can either figure out if he's going to be exposed or, you know, what's the next step for the NBA and how do they get past LeBron James. So if he's refusing to retire, I could see him getting exposed in a major way because they just want him gone. They want to pump him up to bring him down because he won't leave. He got too big for his britches, or he's trying to use his power for bad. And sometimes, you know, when you get too power hungry and you want to come up too high, somebody at the top just doesn't want to see that happen. So, you know, we'll see. I think that Stephen A. Snitch is preparing us for something big that can come down the pipe about LeBron James, and, you know, that, and he's just getting ready. I think that Stephen A. Snitch is going to be the one to have the last laugh in this situation for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just a feeling that I have. And he talked about on Gil's Arena waking up every day, making sure that he doesn't do anything to jeopardize his job or, you know, potentially getting canceled, basically. But that's what I have for that Gil's Arena segment, guys.